In the heart of a remote village, hidden deep within the dense woods, an eerie legend cast a chilling spell over the locals. They called it the Whistler, a spectral entity that whispered fear into the hearts of anyone who dared to cross its path. The tale began with a young couple, Sarah and Mark, who ventured into the woods one gloomy evening. Guided only by the pale moonlight, they followed a twisted trail until they stumbled upon a derelict cabin. The air grew thick with an unnatural stillness, and a distant haunting melody filled their ears. It was a soft, mournful tune, like the forlorn notes of a wind chime on a winter night. Intrigued and trembling, they approached the cabin's rotting doorstep. As they pushed open the creaking door, a frigid gust of wind rushed out, extinguishing their lantern. Shadows danced on the decaying walls as the door swung shut behind them. Within the cabin they discovered an old dusty piano, its keys stained with age. The mournful tune intensified, enveloping them in a spectral embrace. Though the room was empty, the sense of being watched was palpable. The walls whispered secrets of the past and the piano played on, a melody that had been etched into the very soul of the cabin. Sarah, her eyes filled with tears, turned to Mark. "We need to leave, this place is cursed!" But as she spoke, the piano keys played with increasing urgency, almost as if begging them to stay. The ghostly wind whispered cruel lullabies into their ears, clouding their judgment and draining their courage. As they tried to escape, they found themselves trapped, the cabin's walls closing in on them. The haunting tune grew louder, faster, and more twisted. Shadows twisted and stretched, and eerie figures materialized in the corners of the room. The Whistler's presence was no longer a mere legend, it was a horrifying reality. In a final act of desperation, Mark hurled himself at the piano, smashing the keys with his fists. The haunting music ceased, and the cabin's walls relented, allowing them to flee. They never spoke of that night again, but the Whistler's tune continued to haunt their dreams. The legend of the cabin in the woods persisted, a story whispered by the villagers to keep curious souls at bay. The Whistler still lingers, waiting for the next unsuspecting wanderer to stumble upon the cabin, to be drawn into its chilling melody, and to become a part of the cursed legend that binds them to that forsaken place for eternity.